as happens every year, the finance minister has to present the budget to Parliament. Then when it's approved, then work for the nation can begin. Into the finance minister, no better your bedroom on it. All the stakeholders, they would come together and present a budget. Now, even before this budget was drawn, we saw photos of Dr. Cassiel Ato Forson engaging with several people, including market women and all that, just trying to get their input for the budget. And finally, but interestingly, or should I say particularly, the part of the budget that is trending is where he spoke about 10% withholding tax on lottery wins. That is betting tax.
Oh
yes,
betting tax in a call. Wow.
Also the electronic transfer levy, or e-levy, and also away. Also
it means send this because it's here.
He's now presented to Parliament for approval. Because
if not, I will just ask our listeners to send us Momo so that we'll see exactly if it's active now. So please, if you are listening to us and you have our numbers, please
send it and let's see. You can say juicy kawa. You say you check share.
Say you say until. So Michael, what's me at send? I'm empty. Me says yetewa until when you say
also the emission levy on the industries and vehicles has also been abolished. The 1% withholding tax on I've already on winning of unprocessed gold by small scale miners has also been abolished. And now people were talking about now more abolished taxes when and a chrono bed
because almost you cut the honey.
So there's this video where he addressed that issue. He says there's this refund tax account. Unfortunately, the money has been misused, but or mismanaged. But then when they did the plus and minuses, they realized that money, if it's managed well, would be able to cater for all these taxes that are being scrapped. However, there's an interesting development. So shortly after he presented the budget, characteristic of what happens in our government, when the reigning government does something, minority would also hold a press conference and oppose it, or they would grant an interview and oppose it. When a former finance minister, Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam, he said that the NPP administration never implemented the betting tax. So he does not understand why Honorable Cassiel Ato Forson will stand, Dr. Cassiel Ato Forson will stand at the floor of Parliament and say that the NDC government is scrapping the betting tax
because it never existed.
Okay. But what they train tobo.
As a uhuruba
mesra.
As a
videos na dos.
Okay.
It told them my videos ni ye ba na ya to ankomo so.
So go for the
We have programmed the following nuisance taxes for removal in line with our manifesto promise. Mr. Speaker, we will abolish the 10% withholding tax on winning from lottery, otherwise known as the betting tax. Mr. Speaker, we will abolish the electronic transfer levy, e-levy of 1%. Mr. Speaker, we will abolish the 10% withholding tax on betting. We will abolish the electronic transfer levy, e-levy of 1%. We will abolish the emission levy, otherwise as in Wusie tax. We will abolish the VAT on motor vehicle insurance policy. Mr. Speaker, we will abolish the 1.5% withholding tax on unprocessed gold by small-scale miners.
Economic growth, and this is not good for the development of our people. Ladies and gentlemen, betting tax that they said they have abolished. We never collected betting tax. We never implement the betting tax. So to come and tell Ghanaians that you have abolished something that was not implemented is to deceive the people of Ghana. My brothers and sisters, economic growth.
implement it.
But Obikra Kaimi Assembly said, you remember during the campaign trail, one of the NPP's flagship, kind of saying, not policy per se, but one of the things they were trumpeting is the fact that when Dr. Baumia becomes president, there will be no betting tax.
Yes.
So I'm a bit confused, but as you mentioned, let's throw it out to our listeners.
So we are throwing out to you, our cherished listeners. Yeah. Those who bet, we want you to send us investors. We want you guys to send us messages now on 0505751151 or 0538749544 and tell us if yatemo
dana
and I say yantemo da like yatemo and I yantemo.
Yeah,
it is simple.
Move screenshots and count as evidence.
Yes. Yate wano acho yatemi. Simple. Yantemia yanteme. That's what we're hoping to get from you. 0505751151. Maame, you move on.
Yeah, Yan Faso. But still in politics. So Professor Bedu Ajiman Akosa,